There is nothing that should be as important to you as a woman as self-preservation. One of the most important things you need to learn as a woman to survive in this patriarchal world is self-preservation. You need to learn how to protect yourself. Because trust me, nobody is going to protect you like yourself. Trust your instincts and protect your womb. Don't give people access to your womb. Don't be shitting out children for deadbeats. And most importantly, you cannot be jumping from one hospital to another every week because you are taking drugs for infection. You cannot be jumping from one pharmacy to another buying infection drugs and damaging yourself. You cannot be jumping from one pharmacy to another buying infection drugs and damaging your system. When you learn self-preservation, you are going to understand that staying with a cheating man is not worth it. You learn to respect your body and understand that damaging your body, taking drugs, damaging your system because of a man is not worth it. When you learn self-preservation, you are going to learn self-respect, and there is nothing as important to you as respecting yourself.
This is your reminder that men will come into your life, ruin it, and go on with theirs like nothing happened. Stop being so understanding. Well, how do I know if I'm being understanding? I feel like I'm just being myself. Are you trying to rationalize stupidity? There is no logic in stupid behavior. If you're trying to make an excuse for something, you know that it doesn't make sense. So if you don't have the energy to call something out, just remove yourself. There are plenty of kind, understanding, people-pleasing women in the world. You don't have to be one. And they know that. They know they can go find someone that will tolerate all of their stupidity. Why would you want it to be you? So stop letting these men impregnate you if you are not in a committed, loving, prosperous marriage, and stop allowing men to come into your life as a distraction. Some of you know this is not even your season for serious relationships, dating, marriage. You have things that you're supposed to be doing, i.e. school, building a business, and you're playing around with bones. Enough.
I truly am starting to believe that as a woman, the only way that you're really truly ever going to get what you want out of this world is by being a bitch. And not like a mean bitch, but like just you stand on your shit and you're really about that. Like you just are straightforward, direct. And it's unfortunate that I'm even referring to a woman like that as a bitch, but that's how society looks at women like that, who hold their own, who don't give a fuck what nobody else thinks, who doesn't care, and who just pop shit and who just does what the fuck they need to do. And I'm speaking from experience. Being a nice woman will literally get you nowhere in this world, especially with men. Like, if you're the type of woman who keeps attracting men as like business partners, they want to work with you, and you're nice, they're gonna think you're naive, they're gonna think you green, and they're gonna walk all over you. I promise you, they're gonna take advantage of you. Being a woman, and because like being a nice woman and being an attractive nice woman is like it I don't know what it does to people. Like it just makes people feel like they could take advantage of you, bro. And I'm speaking from experience. You need to start being a bitch, because I'm about to start being a bitch. Like I don't care anymore, because nice woman and people pleaser with minimal boundaries, it's a fine line between those. It's a fine line. And then there's the people who be like, well, you're supposed to name nice because that's who you are, that's your character, like you're supposed to be a nice person. I don't care anymore. I don't care. You could think whatever you want. I know I'm nice, but when I was nice, y'all decided to walk all over me, stomp all over me, take advantage of me, think I'm naive, think I'm green, think I go for that. So now I'm done. I'm about to actually start popping my shit. I'm actually gonna be who I want to be now. Because when I was dimming my light to make y'all feel comfortable, oh, it's still a problem. It's still something. I'm still getting walked all over. So I might as well just pop shit and still get walked over, because I'm gonna be my most authentic self at the end of the day. So I might as well just start being a bitch.
When I tell you, your life will literally change when you start focusing on yourself. And it's not even the fact of like, oh, focus on yourself, do what you have to do. But you have to take a literal step back and realize that you are the priority of God. The Lord's literal place in your life is to be your father, is to prioritize you, is to bless you, to teach you. And so when you look at him from a standpoint of, oh, like the Lord loves me, but not even that, because the Lord is really wanting to do all of these great things for my good. Why do I think anything that anybody else has going on pertains to me and my father? I think it's so easy for the enemy to trick us with covetousness, right? Greediness, and all of these other things, right? Everybody else is getting blessed, but not you. The more time you spend focusing on what everybody else is doing and what everybody else has, the less time you're going to be looking at your own plate and cultivating that relationship with Christ. And that is the ultimate trick of the enemy, to destroy your destiny and to kill your relationship with Christ.
Womanhood things that I've learned that I am going to share with y'all. I promise y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all, love yourself, because duh. As soon as you get to your final destination or event, first thing you're going to do is you're going to beeline to that bathroom, check your clothes, check your teeth, check your underarms, make sure nothing has shifted while you were transporting yourself to that event. I could have saved myself lots of embarrassment. When you apply your sunscreen, apply it all the way down your neck into your negligee, into your hands as well. That's going to help them from aging before your face do. Okay. Periodically, while you're eating a meal, especially if you're at a restaurant or you hanging out with your homegirls, put your fork down. Take some deep breaths. You need to allow your brain to catch up with your stomach to let you know when you satiated. A lot of times we are overeating because we're literally just not giving our brains time to realize that we're full, we're satisfied. Lotion your hands before you leave the house again. Yes, you just lotion up your whole body. Your hands should be good. No, they're not. That's why you ashy right here. I said what I said. Find a good urea cream for your feet, specifically one with at least 30% or above. I recommend 40%, but yeah, a urea cream from that feet, that's going to help you in between your pedicures. Unpopular opinion here, but a lot of times y'all not getting compliments on your perfume because it's way too complex. The ouds, the woods, the civets, that smell good to you. Everything is not a woods and civet situation. You get what I mean? Sometimes you just need to smell soft and sweet, or sometimes just soft and clean. If you want compliments and you want other people to think you smell good, you may have to invest in a good crowd pleasing perfume. Everybody is saying this, but y'all not listening. Go ahead and make that content. You're worried about those same people from that hometown of yours who all wearing the same perfume, all dressed alike, wearing the same clothes, fucking the same. Who cares about them? Make the content, do what you gotta do, and start getting paid.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but take back your light. Take back your light, take back your love, take back your energy, take back everything that you're giving to everyone else and redirect it to you. Take it back. Because these people who say, don't be selfish, are the most selfish people on this earth. They're using that as an advantage because you feel guilty for being selfish, right? You feel guilty. But it's just because they're trying to manipulate you to give them what you have. Don't do it. Don't give it to them. They don't deserve it. These people are narcissists. Narcissists grab onto you and never let you go unless you create boundaries. And that's what they don't like. They don't like it when you put boundaries. They don't like it when you start fending for yourself. They don't like that. And they're going to get mad. They're going to get upset. They're gonna fight you. They're gonna say things. They're gonna make you feel guilty. They're gonna tell you everything you need, to make you feel like you need to be here at the bottom, so that they can keep taking from you, because these people are takers, and they're the ones who tell you don't be selfish.
The beauty industry has women's wallets in a chokehold. When you look good, you feel good. It's undeniable. But what if I told you that you could have more money and you would look better more of the time if you had the skills that you pay other people for? You can learn how to press on nails. You can learn how to install a wig. You can learn how to do your natural hair if that's what you choose to do. You can learn how to do your makeup. Now, if you just have money to blow, I am not talking to you. I'm talking to the girls who are struggling financially but don't want to give up their image or how they feel about themselves, because I get it. If you can spend 3 hours on TikTok every day, and I'm being generous, you can take 2 of those hours, sit down, watch a YouTube video, and figure out how to do these things for yourself. You could get paid for these skills. If you do it well enough, you can start doing it for other people. But not only are you broke, you're also lazy. And those two cannot coexist. I'm not saying that you need to be dolled up every single day, but especially as Black women, the world is always looking down on us. At least when we go outside, we can look dignified, like we care about ourselves.
Like, we have some respect, some integrity. I understand things are difficult, but we have to get more resourceful.
And the other thing that's going to delay you from actually growing is this thing of you thinking that, oh, I know people that can help me. Let me tell you something. Nobody is just sitting there waiting to help you out of a situation. Everyone is going through their own mishaps, their own troubles, their own struggles. There's no one just waiting there being like, oh, I'm waiting to get that mindset, get off that mindset and realize that people are living their lives and no one is there waiting to help you or to save you. Therefore, you need to do your own things and stop waiting for people to come save you. I swear your life will be 100 times easier and you will reach your goals quicker than waiting for people to come and save you, because nobody's coming to save you except yourself.
Sweetheart, make a name for yourself. Whether you have 2 degrees, whether you have a PhD, whether you have none, whether you have extensive experience or you've got no experience at all, whether you come from a powerful family or you come from a simple family, you can make a name for yourself. And one of the ways that you are going to do that is to lead from your place of natural dominance and from your place of natural flair. And by this I mean, I knew from an early age that my place of natural dominance is when I speak. When I speak, everyone listens. As long as you are in the room with me, when I speak, you will listen. It's my natural place of dominance. It's my natural flair. In a room of 10 or 20 exceptionally amazing accountants, all of them are the same skill, same ability, same qualification. Who is the accountant that is going to stand out the most? It is the one that is leading with their natural flair and operating from their place of dominance. Whether your natural flair is how you dress, whether your natural flair is how you speak, whether your natural flair is how you put your presentations together, you make a name for yourself by operating from your place of natural flair, from your being that was given to you by God. Because there is the world system, the qualifications, the degrees, the PhDs, the experience, the connections, who you know, where you come from. And then there is your natural flair, your place of natural dominance. That which when you use, you can never fail. You can never go unnoticed. Like I said, in a room full of engineers or great lawyers, or in a room full of extremely, exceptionally, amazingly qualified people, how are you going to stand out? How is your name going to be remembered? By operating from your place of dominance. That natural thing that could not be obtained with or through that degree. I'm sure there were many brilliant scientists during Einstein's time. Many brilliant scientists, or a couple, or a few, or here and there. I doubt that he was the only brilliant scientist alive at that time. But we remember his name today because I'm certain there was something that he did which was just his natural flair. Whether it was possibly the way he wore his hair, whether it was how he presented or conducted his research, whether it was how he believed that what he was doing was meaningful, that's what made him stand out. Miriam Makeba. They were brilliant singers during her time, but her natural flair, how she spoke, what she wore, how she wore it, how she chose to present herself. That is how you're going to make a name for yourself, my darling. You are going to embrace your authenticity. You are going to embrace that which God has given you naturally and bring it into the working world, your marriage, your environment, whatever it is where you choose to thrive and choose to be remembered. We are different. Some people wish to be the most memorable makoti or husband in their marriage, right? That their in-laws have ever seen. Lead with your natural flair. We all want different things. So whatever it is that you do not abandon your natural dominance. Do not abandon your natural flair. Oh, just because I'm a doctor, I cannot, I don't know. I don't know what it is that you would want to do that represents your natural flair. take it with you. That is how you make a name for yourself.
If you don't make an intentional effort to build your personal brand or build your reputation, you can guarantee that someone's going to do it for you. Treat your reputation like a currency. So many people let other people define who they are. You're born with your name. It's something to be proud of. What is your name worth? How do you create value for your name? You have the ability to use your name to be powerful to your relationships, to your friendships, to your business associates. Your reputation is what people say about you when you're not in the room. We understand the world we live in with cancel culture and how things work. So what are you doing to build it? What are you doing to protect it? A lot of people say, well, personal branding is about self-promotion. Look at me. I know things. Personal branding is not about self-promotion. It's about idea promotion. What leadership do you have? How do you want to show up in the world? What do you want people to know about you? You control that.
If I could tell women one thing, it's to be comfortable, single, and alone. Come closer, I tell you something. Being single will remind you that there's no one you need to complete you. You're already complete within yourself. And being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Having a community of sisters who lift you up, who are able to raise your vibration and just like fill you with so much warmth, because as women, we do that for each other. We literally need each other. In this world, sacrifice and woman have been synonymous for the longest time. If you were a woman, you had to give up something, whether it be your career, whether it be your own life. There's something that just has to give because you're not an autonomous being. No, your life is meant for others. But what if women were encouraged since birth that their life was meant for them and they had full autonomy over what they wanted for themselves? How different do you think it would be? Here are 3 reasons why you should center yourself 100% and focus on what you want to do. Number 1. Imagine taking all the energy that you've ever invested into other people who decided to take from your overflowing cup and drained you. Maybe even your people-pleasing tendencies. Take all that energy back, invest it into your passions, invest it into your goals. Remove everyone from the periphery, society, family, and just see where you would always want to be without any pressure. I guarantee that's a life you'd love to live. 2. You get to build unshakable self-worth and confidence. You don't need anyone's validation, just yours, which is not that easy because most of you think that you're thinking for yourself, but rather you're thinking of what society has actually given you. Last but not least, you make your happiness the goal. I don't know what anyone else says, but happiness is and or should always be the goal for yourself, because who wants to live life unhappy? You know, some people are just alive but are not living. Like, live, go out, travel, just enjoy yourself. You don't have to be a boss babe to do that, but then understand why you like what you like and then just go and express yourself in the most authentic way possible. We keep saying authentic here a lot because we need to get there. Authenticity and alignment should follow through in tandem. So what do you think, girlies? Are you going to center yourself for now? Or are you going to keep centering other people? You decide.
I am telling you, the best thing that you can do in this life is fall in love with who you are. Sit down and start asking God to reveal to you how He sees you. Get a journal and just really start thinking about what makes you unique. What are your gifts? What do you love about yourself? Just become obsessed with yourself. And when you do that, everything else fall into place. When you show up as your most authentic self, the people will come, the opportunities will come. Can't no one take anything from you because you've built everything from an authentic standpoint. Your foundation is authentic. It's true, and one person that I admire and I love them, like I love their content, I've been following them for years, is Aaliyah Face. And I was just watching, someone posted her on their story. She was just speaking on a panel and she speaks about her personality, how the reason why her fan base or her support, I wouldn't say fan base, but the reason why her community is so strong is because of her personality. And if you hear singing, my sister's in the shower, don't mind that. But she talks about how she didn't do anything special. She just was showing up as herself. And the people love that. Yes, people have stuff to say, people judge her, whatever. But overall, the love outweighed the hate, period. And that's because from day one, Aaliyah has always shown up as herself. So that's why she gets the opportunities she gets. That's why her life is the way it is.
And as a girly who wants to speak on panels as well, wants to continue to grow my community, continue my content creation journey, when I started to show up as myself, speaking about the things that I enjoy, the things that I care about, that is truly when I began to grow my following. That is when I began to receive certain opportunities. And just watching Aaliyah and other creators who are out here just thriving within their career, most importantly, thriving within their gifts, because she also talks about how that's a gift of hers to be, authentic, how she's very personable. That's a gift. But just seeing that just lit a fire within me to continue to show up, like just continue to be me. It just inspired me so much. And I hope that this video inspires you and it helps you realize that the quicker you fall in love with yourself, show up in your truth, and just be authentic, everything that is meant for you is going to fall in line. I promise you. Drop the fake identity. Do not worry about those who don't love you, those who hate you. Focus on those who support you. Show up for them, and then watch everything that you desire just fall into your lap.
At that age and at that point in your life where now your family, after your degree, after all your hard work, gonna start asking you about kids, gonna start asking you about a man. Because as a woman, at a certain point, you expected to center a man in your life. Don't. Especially right now. You're not tied to nobody. You ain't, I don't want to be presumptuous about your situation, you feel me? But it sounds like you got a little breathing room to do what you want to do. As soon as you start to put anybody in the center of your life, that room starts to shrink. And I ain't saying for any unhealthy reason, but it's just that your priorities start to shift, you feel me? So right now, while your priority is you, stay there. While you sure on what your purpose is and it's within your reach and you already active in pursuing it, stay there. Right? It's not to say, again, like it was already set up here, it's not to say don't date. You should date. Refine your taste. That way you're not dumb by the time you turn 30. There's some people who still date dumb in their 30s. You don't want to be that either. Go outside. But to feel like you need to be married and start to plan for kids, sweetheart, child care costs more than college now. Don't worry about having no babies. Don't worry, you still a baby yourself. Your brain don't even work all the way it's supposed to work just yet. Enjoy yourself. Take your time. Become the best woman you can.
Every woman should have this mentality. I am not afraid of being single, but if the right man comes, so be it. Trust me, in that way, you will stop taking rubbish from these men. You need to stop being afraid of being single or being lonely. The high price we pay for our fear of being lonely is not worth it. You see, these men, they know when a woman is thirsty. They act like they don't know, but trust me, they know. Women in their 20s, 30s worrying about finding a man when they don't even know their aim in life. They want to find a man so bad, but not themselves. That's why we have so many girls, potential billionaires, begging for love in relationship. They keep jumping from one relationship to another because of fear of being alone. They think a man completes them. This is the same reason why they will stay in a relationship where they are not respected, where they are constantly cheated on. They will stay with a man who talks down on them, a man who is not emotionally intelligent, a man who reduces their self-confidence daily, all because they do not want to be alone. As I grow older, I realize that it is either relationship or your self-respect most of the times. I know that not all women care about their self-respect. That's why no matter what, they are in the relationship. One bitter truth is that not everybody will get married. Some people will stay single till eternity, and you might be that person. God forbid, I know. But that changes nothing. If it's meant to be that way, it's gonna stay that way. If you use force, enter relationship. Can't use force, enter marriage. Especially with a man who is not meant to be your husband. You are still gonna end up single. The sad part about this is, time where you're supposed to use find yourself to be who God has ordained you to be. You don't use and do experiments for 32 relationships. Allow men break you several times. When you can't finally accept, say it's not worth it, it's already too late because you no longer have the zeal and confidence to pursue your passion. Sometimes our parents are the cause. You push your daughters to men who will put them through pain, all because you want her to get married. You constantly remind her of her age like she's not aware. You make the house uncomfortable for her, leaving her with no choice than running to a nonchalant man for peace. Man will never fit giving yourself peace. So unfair. Women being single and alone is not as scary as it seems. It is only scary when when you are broke. That is why you need to put more energy in making money. You do not need to work hard, just work smart. Get the money while you still can. Complete yourself first as a woman, then a man can tag along if he wants. This will do you more good than harm. Congratulations to the women who found themselves selfless men, caring men, a man you can trust, a man who is committed, not a perfect man, but a man who will still be by your side even if you were struck by a chronic disease, a man who acts it and not just talk it. Congratulations also to the single women who chose their peace over the I am in a relationship title. It is better to be alone than to be abused emotionally. Stop being scared of being alone. I am Say the Borge, the voice of the girl child.
Don't settle. Okay? Don't. God wants to give us the desires of our heart. Keep that in mind, okay? We don't always have to, just get what's out there. I always try to say this to myself. Something is not always better than nothing. Okay? Don't live in a scarcity mindset, okay? If it's not what you truly want, wait on God. Because at the end of the day, one thing for sure, two things for certain. God has his best for you. God wants his best for you. Okay? So there's no need to settle. And do not settle out of desperation, out of impatience, whatever the case may be. Let's read some scripture, y'all. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. God has great plans for you, okay? Trust in his plans and trust that he has his best for you, okay?
I'm saying, if you are in a position where you can do for yourself, do not date. Do not go out with these men for them to embarrass you because you can't pay your half. Do not go live with a man because you can only do 50-50 and you can't put a roof over your own head. Go find another female, go back home to your parents. Do something, get you a roommate. Do not get into a relationship with a man if you cannot provide for yourself and carry your own weight. Because at the end of the day, a man will want to take up all your time. Time you should be working, making money, pouring into yourself. All of a sudden, you're lacking. Your bills are late because the time you were supposed to be doing overtime, you're so in love. I got to get home because you got to get home to dick. Men hinders women. It doesn't matter how they claim, it's good and it's healthy. Men are not healthy for your personal growth. You are in a man's life to help him grow. 90% of women in relationships with men do not do well economically because they distract you on purpose. They know what they're doing. They will wake up, nothing wrong with them, and they will start an argument just so you can go to work in a bad mood, so you can piss off the people you work for, so they can fire you. Men financially abuse you in many ways. They will have you up all night arguing just so you're too tired to go to work, so you call out or you go to work slugging. I swear to God, I'm telling you, if you are not somewhere safe and comfortable in life and you do not know who you are and are secure in who you are, leave men alone. And at the end of the day, when you ask them for something, they're going to tell you, I ain't got it. I ain't no simp. I ain't no trick. So the time you take to give them your time, which is your energy, which is your money, which is your come up, you could be sitting down taking a little YouTube course. But you're over here with this man, smoking and chilling and wasting your time. But he can't give you anything. So take the time you give to these men and invest in yourselves. And thank me later.
If there's one thing that society successfully managed to sell to women is the fantasy and fairy tale kind of life. Like, women think just because they've been with someone for 20, 30 years, then it should count for something. That person is not going to turn around and make a mockery of the thing that they have built and created together. Women going off on sentiments, philosophizing things, having no contingency plans, no practical ways of cushioning themselves. Women would rather go through healing in therapy than prevent trauma altogether. Like, a woman woman is in her 50s, you're 45, you're 50, you're running through courts. Oh, you know, me and my kids have been kicked out of our house because this man has brought in someone else. We brought this property together, we brought the cars together. Like, women have no plans in making sure that I'm solid. If everything is thrown to the dogs, I will live with the cloths on my back and my children, and we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. Do you need to seek legal redress? Yes. Are you owed legal redress? Yes. Should you pursue legal channels to get a portion of what you worked for? Yes. But there are some people who are like at 55. When I should be getting ready for my sunset years, the last thing that I want is running around. Now you're up and down talking, oh, his brothers, please come and talk to this man. You're asking the elders, please come and talk to this man. I don't know what has come over him. We've been together for 30 years. Now he has brought in a new girlfriend. He has brought in a younger wife. Now you're even asking your own children to talk to their father. Please talk to your dad. Please talk to your dad. I don't know what has gotten into your father. I don't know what he's doing. All of these things at 60, at 50. You don't love yourself? Those are the days when you just want nothing but peace of mind. Anything that tries to stand in the way of peace of mind, it's got to go. But because you don't have any plans, you do not have any contingency plans, you thought that the world cared. And that is why this is the thing that women do. They're like, in the name of Jesus, if you have built anything with your partner for 20, 30 years, no woman is going to come and interrupt. No woman is going to come and reap where she did not sow. Sentiments. No practical ways of doing things. Women think that the world owes them kindness because they're kind, that the world owes them greatness because they've been great, that the world owes them, it is going to reciprocate. People should reciprocate the kind of love and selflessness that they've given to the world. No practical ways of cushioning themselves whatsoever. And I'm going to say something that I don't even like myself. The older you grow as a woman, the lesser your sexual capital. Your sexual capital depreciates for the very reason of nature in itself. At 45, I'm making peace with this. At 45, I'm not going to be firm in certain spaces compared to a 22-year-old. And the more money a man makes, the older he gets, the more money a man gets, the younger his woman. That is why a man will cheat on you with a younger woman. He will marry a second wife who's younger than the first. And the third wife will be younger than the second. And he will have 3 wives and girlfriends. And the girlfriends will be younger than all of the wives. It is the society that we live in. Is it something that we like to talk about? No. But you approach the world as it is, not as you hope it to be. But women will be sitting around and asking themselves questions, philosophizing. But why would I be with someone for 30 years? And then for them to show me such disrespect, bringing in other women into my life, bringing other women to take part in things that they did not build, as if the world cares. You think the world gives a damn? The world that we live in is very brutal. And you really need to be smart. I've said this, women lack consequential thinking. They will go into a stranger's home, to a hotel with a stranger and think, you know what, I'm either going to consent or not consent into having intercourse with this person because, men are supposed to be gentlemen, they're supposed to be responsible, they're not supposed to harm women, as if it counts for nothing, as if it counts for something. They don't think, they don't have consequential thinking. They don't remember that the moment you walk into the lion's den, be ready to be feasted, be ready to be torn apart, be ready to be ripped. But, and then now they have to go and heal from trauma because women would rather heal from trauma than prevent trauma altogether. Prevent trauma. You need to take care of yourself. The reason why we talk about having your own is because if things are thrown to the dogs, you're solid, you're firm, you know that you have everything that you needed put together and that you don't have to run around. Now you're putting your kids through stress how many women do we see standing outside the home and they're fighting? I've said this, and they're fighting with their kids. Oh, our father's brought in a second wife, but my mother is the one who has been here. And especially for those who have not taken care of themselves, they have nothing on the side. They're like, we bought these things together, we've been doing these things together, why is he doing this? Now you're running up and down, you're running from courts to courts, you're fighting people, you're fighting things at 50, at 60, at 75. And now you get to a place where you have to fight to make sure at least this man takes care of your kids' education because now his attention is elsewhere, and you have to fight tooth and nail to make sure at least he takes care of your kids' university. Or now you have to step in. And because you had no solid foundation, you start from scratch with nothing. When you know that you left behind mansions, you left behind a good life, now you have to start from scratch at 50 because you did not protect yourself. Now you're learning how to live life as a 50-year-old, as a 45-year-old, as a 55-year-old. You don't know where to begin. Protect yourself. This world does not owe you kindness. You think because you're kind, people are going to be kind, or you think because you're doing great stuff, people are supposed to reciprocate. You think this is what women think, that if I was kind to him, he's going to be kind to me. If I was nice to him, he's going to be nice to me. You continue being beaten in life because you do not have plans.
You are not his job seeker. You're not supposed to write his resume for him. You're not supposed to make a to-do.
I think people think that I'm like joking when I say don't do shit for a man. I'm being serious. Don't do anything. Don't get on your googs. If he said he wanted to go to funeral school, I don't want you to look up the next best cemetery that's about to open a course in session. That's not your role. They don't need your help. And if they do, they shouldn't be with you. And I mean that not to be vindictive or mean or rude, but men that want to be in relationship and want to like love up on their woman, they are self-sufficient. There's really not much more to say.
Okay, so this video is for my girlies and my girlies alone. If you're not my girl, please get out of here because this is very important. I'm going to hold your hands while I say this. You don't love yourself enough. Because tell me why in 2024, you still think you need to be with a man for money. Just tell me why. See, the best gift you can give to yourself as a lady is financial freedom. Not the wigs, not the jewelries, not the clothes, not the bags, not the shoes. No, it's financial freedom. Being able to afford the lifestyle that you want without having to do anything stupid, without having to be at the mercy of any man. That is the best gift you can give to yourself and your children. If you guys know how many situations I've actually gotten myself out of because I could afford to get out of it. A lot of people ask me, oh Adefe, how did you leave your parents' house very early? I left very early because I could afford to leave very early. I had money. I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do because I have money to do it. I'm able to say, you do not treat me like that. You do not talk to me like that because I can afford to say it. A lot of you guys are in abusive relationships, terrible situations, but you cannot live because you cannot afford to live. Who born you? And that is why I'm so tired of this narrative that is going on social media. This, just be with a rich man, dress very well and go to the bar and you will see one rich man. I hope you guys know that it's easier to become a rich woman than meeting a rich man. Yeah. And while I'm not against the fact that you should be with someone that can provide for you or be with a provider man, whatever you want to be, whatever your preference is, you need to have your own money. Because in the end, you're dealing with a human being. Even God said it, do not rely on men. Men in general, that means you, women and men. Don't rely on anybody, but you've decided that at your big age, I want to rely on a man for my lifestyle. Only person to why reliable is God. Or be but you've decided I want to give my lifestyle to a man. A man that is not your family, is not your daddy. That's the person that I want to live for the validation of men. So that a man can sustain my lifestyle. Really? Really? I'm part of the Ammonia Power campaign by Bella Niger and Shetank, and I was at the event last week, Friday or Saturday, right? And just hearing women talk about their experiences on how making money has just helped them to improve their life, change things for them, and help them stop nonsense was just like, wow. And I cannot imagine that some of my girlies, because I'm doing this video for some of you guys, in 2024 are not making your own money, right? I do videos all the time to teach you guys how to make money. You don't have any excuse. Excuse. In 2024, you should be making your money. You should not be relying on a man for money. You should be making your own money. You have no excuse. No, not one. What I want you to do right now is make the decision that you're going to get financial freedom. Make the decision that you're going to start making your own money. Forget anybody. Nobody can save you but you. And I want you to make that decision. And I want you to type it in the comment section. Yes, and say, I will make my money. Hi, put your name. I will make my own money. I will be financially independent. If you can even do a video about it, create a video saying, Adefe said we should create a video. I will be financially independent. This is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do to be financially independent. We must not enter 2025 and I'm saying that, I'm relying on a man for money. A man is... Me o fẹ́ gbọ́. Yes, have your boyfriend, do whatever you want to do. I have a boyfriend, I mean, it's cute, I know. Do whatever you want to do, right? But relying on him for money, you without him, if he does not talk to you, you can't buy bra, you can't buy this one. Let it stop this year. Let it stop this September. Koko, Lori, comment. My name, Nenen. I will make money. I will do this. Do a video. Hi. I've decided I'm going to be financially independent. Here's what I'm going to be doing. This is for the next 30 days. You guys should keep me accountable. I, Adefe, will keep you accountable. I will check your videos. I will like it. I will repost it. I will make sure that you're accountable, so that you start making your own money. Come on, got on she. Bye, loves.
Girl to girl, let me give you some advice. Number one, be selfish with your body. Be so selfish with your body. Oh, it's just sex. It's not that difficult. It's not that serious. It's so serious, girl. That is your body. Number two, if you want to wait until marriage before you start having kids, then it makes sense. Your reasons are valid. Your reasons are valid. Number three, you have no business being in a situationship. You have no business being in a situationship. Number four, have your own money. Yes, everyone wants an odogu, but try to be an odogress, because a man with money should be a plus, not just the old thing. Number five, dress nicely. Listen, everyone is going through one or two. Don't be looking like your problems. Don't be looking like your problems. Number six, smell nice. At least, even if the person does not see your face, when you walk past, from your, what's it called, from your fragrance, from your perfume, they'll be like, oh, who is that girl? Number seven, please eat the gym. Go to the gym. It's not because you want to have the Kim Kardashian body, whatever, but just to be fit. Number eight, make sure to go for checkup. You don't know what's happening in your body. If you have some type of pain anywhere around your body, please go for checkup. And number nine, don't forget to pray. You see, a girl with God is different from a normal girl. See, at the end of the day, the only person you have in this world, apart from your parents, is this man up there. So hold God tight and don't forget to drink water and mind your business. Bye, guys.
The way that they feel about you is none of your business. You want some big sister shit? I'll give it to you. The way that they feel about you is none of your business. If somebody doesn't like you, the way that they feel about you is none of your business until they sit down with you and tell you, I don't like you because of this. I don't like you because of that. I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. Okay, you've made it my business. I guess we'll fucking talk about it. But I can't fucking stand when somebody calls me and they're like, I just get bad vibes from her, so I asked her what her problem was. Why? You came to her? You want to play Sherlock Holmes why someone doesn't like you? You want to do like the little archaeology brush, fossil? You want to brush the fossils with somebody as to why they don't like you? I don't give a fuck. It's none of my business. They have not made it my business. And the same for dating. You want me? I'm not going to chase you around and wonder why you're not asking me out. It is none of my business. All I know is that you're not asking me out. You can say you like me over and over and over again. You're not doing anything about it. It's none of my business. Why someone isn't pursuing me is none of my business. Why somebody doesn't like me is none of my business. All I know is that they're not doing anything about either. I'm not here to solve the mystery with you. Oh, well, if you like me, why aren't you asking me out? PI work for free? Absolutely not. All we know is that they're not asking you out. You are free. Please do not worry. These are the kind of people that are too nervous to say next at the barbershop. These are the kind of people that the mechanic comes up to them and says, the air in your tires cost $400. And they say, do you take 20% tip? Like, don't. These are people that it's none of your business. You know how many times in my life I got dressed up, ready to go out, and I wouldn't leave a certain person's neighborhood just in case they called me. And then my whole night would be dedicated to this person reaching out to me. And I look back and I'm like, if this person didn't want me, I made it my business. I made myself available to business that was not mine to have in the beginning. If you need closure from a man, or you're chasing a person that you're interested in, and you're like, I want to know why you don't like me, why would you want that? Please, like my grandma used to say, when you go to heaven, there are no awards for suffering. There is so much that we're already so self-aware about. Could you be a little ignorant? You do not need to know what everybody fucking thinks about you. I promise you don't. There is nobody in the world that could say anything that you haven't said to yourself. And don't get me wrong, I think people that put themselves out there, excited to date again, excited about somebody, being brave enough to be excited about somebody again, you are a badass motherfucker. You are rock and roll. That is what life is all about. But I need you to start acting like the people that don't want you are stupid. You don't need to know stupid reasons like,
Oh, you don't want me? I put my best foot forward. You don't want me? Why would you have a stupid conversation? And if this person is your home girl, this person's like your sister, and all of a sudden the vibes have changed, don't make it more comfortable for people. Don't take away that growth for them. That is a growth opportunity for them. Don't make it easier on them. If they have a problem, they have to come up to you and talk to you about it. If they want to switch up on you, if they want to dead you, if they want to whatever, if they want to act differently around you, if they want to start acting like you're not homegirls, like you're not best friends, let them sit with that. It is not your responsibility to chase people around and act why they don't want you anymore. I need you to start acting like they're stupid and immature to do that. And do not rob them of a character building opportunity. Hey, I want to talk to you about something, like you may have noticed different attitude. Yeah, but you didn't make it my business. You may have noticed that like things have been distant between me and you. You didn't make it my business, so yeah. Again, if this is your friend, okay, sit down. Maybe have that conversation. Let's hear her out. But a person that you're dating at the same time, like a person that you're dating or interested in, and they're like, well, I like you. Yeah, I like you. They're not asking you out on Friday night. Don't you dare ask why. It doesn't matter. They're not asking you out on Friday night. That's all you need to know. And you want somebody to ask you out on Friday night. So it turns out they're not good enough for you. I need to turn those tables, babe. They're also dating you. I almost hit myself in the face with truth. Now I hit you too. I don't want you to rob yourself of good moments wondering why people don't want you, because I think you're wonderful company. And if it really is that much of a problem, and if it's that important to them, they will bring it up to you. But till then, live your life. Live your life. There is nobody on this earth that can say that they don't know how I feel about them. And if I haven't, I guess that's none of your business.
The least you can do for yourself, the bare minimum you can do for yourself, okay, is not waste your time. Let me tell you, can't recover. Don't waste your time on petty gossip. Don't waste your time on passive social media. Stop wasting your time. Damn, stop cheapening yourself. Stop it. Love yourself. Take care of yourself, baby. Come on, there's so much to do. Stop sitting idle. Every day, 20 minutes, learn something new. All these things are free. You can't afford to sit the whole day and scroll on social media passively without any goal, any aim. All I've done is show you how good it can get. So go ahead and grab it. Ni.
It took me 4 years to learn what I'm about to teach you in the next minute and a half. It is never too late to reinvent yourself. You can decide that everything you have done up until this point in your life is irrelevant. You can choose today, right now, to start a completely new book, because your past does not have to equal your future unless you choose to live there. For years, I thought the identity that I was creating in the early stages of my 20s was going to be the identity I was going to have for the rest of my life. And it just doesn't have to be that way. I heard this quote from Tony Robbins, and it has just completely shaken my world. He says, the biggest conflict that humans experience on a daily basis is the need to remain consistent with how they choose to identify themselves. And that need to remain consistent is usually what forces people to stay stuck in how they've always been. There's just so much peace and beauty in knowing that just because you did something one way for a long period of time doesn't mean you have to keep doing it that way. You don't have to just manage your day-to-day, manage your circumstances. You can actually be the creator of your own life. And when that really clicked for me, I started to get excited about living again. The Sunday scaries started to go away. I just got really excited about the future, and I want you to know that the same thing can happen for you. I'm telling you, if you're feeling stuck in your life right now, do something differently. Change something, make a power move. You deserve a life on your terms. You deserve a life that you're freaking obsessed with.